Imagine someone has taught you every single thing which they have learned in their entire life, or they have shared the experience with you which they have gone through in their entire life with you, but at the end of the day, what you did is that you betrayed them. How it sounds? Now, you might think that who does it, or you didn't do it, but it just happens every single day when someone basically buys a pirated version of a book. See, a book is also a royalty that when someone buys a book, an author gets a percentage of that book. But when someone buys a pirated version of a book, the author doesn't get a single penny from that. So this is the basic concept. I know not everyone loves to read books, and not everybody is really into reading books, but there's also a lot of percentage of people who is reading books, and or in the trend of this social media, of course, people are trying to develop themselves, and they're trying to improve themselves. So that's why they're just trying to buy some books, basically more specifically self-improvement books, and they're just trying to improve themselves, which is a very, very good thing. There is nothing wrong in that. But what the problem is that unconscious, and most of the times unconsciously, what we do is that we tend to buy pirated books because the original books are pretty expensive. I know that, and for that, many people are actually setting up business surrounding the pirated version of books. So a lot of people are going for those pirated version of books without knowing that it is basically damaging the rights of the author. So when someone buys a pirated version of a books, of course, maybe you're doing it by knowing it, or you're doing it without unconsciously, but either ways you are actually damaging the rights of the author. So when you buy a pirated version of a book, the author doesn't get a single penny, but you are getting all the value which the author has shared. And even if we just compare the information we get from a book and the amount of money we have to pay, even if you are paying the original price, it's nothing. The information you get, it's much more valuable. But here we actually doesn't want to give the author that small percentage of money, because we go for pirated version of copies. So the thing is that even if you don't have money, I would say please keep or save some money and then go for original books, because when you are buying original books, that helps the author to get motivated, and it helps them to write more books in future, and of course it helps them to live in this world basically. So you are getting something from someone, and of course it's very, very beneficial. It's very, very sometimes it's kind of life-changing. So why you were just not paying the person? And even in our religion, in Islam, that how damaging someone's rights, it's one of the major sins. So it's always better that whenever you're buying a book, I would suggest you don't go for pirated books, because it's a very bad thing to do. Of course, I know people do it because there is a money issue, but I would say just save up some money and just try to go for the original books. I know it will take some time. It will test your patience. Of course, when we tend to go for reading books, we just can't wait. But I would just say, you just wait for a bit of time and then go for the original books. That would, help your mental peace, and of course, it will help the author as well. That's it.